Hello everyone, so it's very blustery, very windy. It's quite a wind. It's nearly as bad as the storm before, but it's insane to see. My power went off for about 4 hours there. Just when I was coming home from work, coincidentally, I would have wanted to drop a tea. It went off. But we have to talk about, because a lot of places in Cavan at the moment don't have power. And it's not even that the majority of the cases of people without power are trees that fell onto the power lines because they're so close to the power lines, to the cables, the electricity cables. And the problem is, and we said this before last time there was a storm, that they won't cut the trees. The Green Party won't cut the trees. They simply won't do it. They won't cut them at all, like if they're near the power lines, so, which they should, because it's a very stupid thing. Of not cutting the trees. Some cases the trees have grown into the power lines, like they're actually on top of the power lines, and the councils and stuff are told not to cut them because the environment and stuff. And we wonder why there's power outages, etc., etc. Like in the majority of cases today, like take for example where I am now, my hometown, it was that case because the tree fell onto the power lines, and it basically took the power line with it because it basically was on top of the power line. Like it shouldn't really be anywhere near a power line trees. But it's insane because so many people would probably still have power if not for trees falling on power lines because they're simply too close. And then the branches too. There was a case there upside of Cavan. That's what up in Barry, what they got, Black Lion, up that way. And the branch, literally, it was a huge branch. It fell off the tree and basically took the power line with it because it was literally hanging over the power line. And you know, that's pretty much why power lines and stuff, how the power goes off in the majority of the country. Like say for example, Leitrim doesn't exist, but in Leitrim they have it very bad more than here. Because Leitrim's a lot more rural place than Cavan, a bit in some areas, but there's less people, obviously, that means more trees, more natural environment. So we do have to look at these things because they shouldn't really happen in the first world country that literally any gust of wind at all comes along, the whole place goes dark. Check for the phone lines and stuff. Last time it was even worse because the phone lines and stuff went because of it. But yeah, so let me know what you think, I suppose, because we talked about this before and I'm blue in the face saying it too, because the council should have the authority, or the ESB, because basically nowadays they're basically scapegoating each other. They're saying it's not the council, it's the ESB is responsible to do it, and that's what's happening in the country now. Well, years ago they used to just cut them down and that was it. You know, but we have to get a look at it because we should be prepared for these kind of storms. They don't happen thankfully every often, but they're more common nowadays a bit. But yeah, thankfully there's no really severe injuries as far as I can gather too. But it's something that we do have to discuss because there could be a storm in the next 3 months before we know. Next week could be another one. And we can't have people just, because we're relying so much on electricity nowadays. Like a majority of people have electric showers and they need electricity and heat and water, etc. People can't basically live without it. And we can't have huge swathes of the population without electricity. And especially because the price of electricity, like there'll be some people now in Ireland who won't have electricity probably for the next week or two. And the ESB has still charged them an insane amount of money. Just because, why not? But yeah, it's quite insane. But anyway, never know what you think. Are you still without power? What's the story? But at least the phone networks didn't go down. That's what I was afraid of the most. Because last time was chaos. People had to go around with messages and envelopes. So that was what was happening in some cases here around this part. But anyway, so I leave you to it. Hopefully anybody who has power, hopefully everybody's safe. That's the main thing too. Nobody's hurt or injured or killed from the storm. Because I couldn't imagine how bad, because it was very windy at one stage here. Earlier on, I nearly got blown away at one stage. There was a big gust of wind. It nearly took me with it, be totally honest. But yeah, thankfully the main thing around here is trees. No really much damage. A few power lines broke and a few poles, the power lines broke. That's about it. Some election posters ended up in the ditch, but nobody's going to lose sleep over that, I don't think. But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe for more and bye.